Hi, welcome to the Let It Fly show. I am Michael Savage. I'm with my partner, Josh Jones, Creighton, and of course, Central High School. I don't have my Central High cup. I left my cup at the football game.
Oh, I'm sick
At
for
the
you.
football, I'm pretty sure they'll put it off to the side.
Yeah.
But I did leave it at the football game. I was a little sad when I realized, but I was running around trying to get stuff done.
Yeah.
Left my cup.
Yeah,
Very, very sad. We are, of course, inside the Let It Fly Sports Bar in the Capital District, the place to go to watch all these games.
Yeah.
So many games to watch.
Right.
NFL, college. They got some high school games on TV on Thursdays and Friday nights. Plus, you still got baseball going on.
Yeah. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
I haven't watched baseball because there's been so much controversy and parody in football and college football. Well, not parody in college football, but football been on.
Yeah, football's been on, and
that's the best way to say it.
I completely understand what you're saying. This is an elevated sports bar, good food, great things to see because you have so many TVs.
Yeah,
and it's just a cool atmosphere.
Yeah,
laid back atmosphere.
It is.
And don't forget, you can come here for happy hour, which is 3 to 6.
Yep,
and you get some good deals on food and drink, and then you got the reverse happy hour, which is, as I call it, late as hell.
Yeah.
10 p.m. to 1 p.m.
That is late as hell.
It is late as hell. On a weekday, that is late. Monday
yeah.
through Friday, reverse happy hour, of course.
Right.
Of course, brought to you by Bud Light.
Yep.
Bud Light always makes things.
They make it easy.
They make it easy to watch games. They make it easy to sit in your driveway with a big screen projector and watch Bud Crawford beat Canelo's ass.
I told you, man.
That's what they make that easy.
Yeah, we knew what happened.
Yeah.
We try to give people the benefit of the doubt.
I just wanted more. I wanted more plus money. I ended up getting plus 210 on the decision and technical decision, which I felt good about. But I was really hoping all along that all these people who are all on Canelo's jock would come in and bet him a lot.
Right.
But you know what? There's some smart boxing fans out there.
Right.
They knew who Bud was.
Yeah.
They knew what Terence Crawford was all about. So it never happened. It never happened.
So I mean,
tell me where you were watching the fight. What'd you think?
Well, I was I got a nice movie theater at my at my spot. So
you were in the man cave?
Yeah, we had the family, come through, hang out and all that type of stuff. Or whatever. It is one of those where were you at moments because I don't think that shit gonna happen in Omaha, Nebraska again for my lifetime when you got one of the greatest fighters of all time to win his third division ever.
Yeah.
Unifying
divisions.
What's crazy is like Bud is so good that he make other fighters look very average.
Anybody can be nobody. Anybody can be a nobody. That's what he said because people are always saying, "Oh, you fought so many nobodies," and he's like, "Well, anybody can be a nobody,
right?"
And that's what he has proven. He asked Canelo, he goes, "Are you going to be a nobody after I beat you?"
He is a nobody,
and he's like,
so really, if you want to joke, it's like Bud ain't fought nobody.
That's what they always say, And I'm like, and I always say this: there's this thin line, between who you fight and how bad you beat them.
Right.
So you can look at somebody and go, well, he doesn't have the resume of the other guy. How dominant was he against the people he did fight?
Yeah.
I've said this about Bud many times.
Yeah.
Bud has lost very few rounds over the course of the last 10, 12 fights.
Yeah. My favorite thing about Bud is when Canelo was talking all that about you ain't fought nobody. He said, well, I'm about to fight you.
I'm about to fight you.
Well, we gonna fight.
I'm going to fight you.
So
That'll be my fight. That'll be my fight. So there is a lot of talk about a
the Benavidez
rematch.
A rematch?
With Canelo Alvarez. There's talk out there.
Well,
because there is money for it.
Yeah.
You'll have people that will cry for it. There are people that looked at it and even on the scorecards said, hey, this was a lot closer than people think.
Really?
It was 5-5 on two judges.
They cheating.
In the 10th round, right? Coming out of 10th round. So with 2 rounds left, on 2 of the judges, they had it 5-5. Those are the judges that gave the 11th and 12th to Bud, which made it 115-113.
Man.
But if you think about it, if you have 115-113, that is 1 round away from being a draw. So there are people that say, hey, it was a lot closer than people think. Canelo deserves having a rematch. We think he needs a rematch.
Well,
so there are people saying
either it was
not me.
Either it was political business or people were writing their scorecards with their hearts.
Well, they're flipping the coin. That's my thing.
Yeah.
I looked at the scorecards and I said, literally, it looks like people were flipping a coin on who they thought won rounds.
This dude couldn't do anything with Bud. Bud was better at everything.
There was a moment.
I'm already, go ahead.
No, there's a moment in the 7th round.
Yeah.
This is early, right? Because there's other moments. There's a moment in the 7th round where he did this like a shrug.
Yeah.
Canelo did a shrug. And that shrug to me was, man, I can't do nothing.
Exactly.
I'm frustrated because no matter what I do, offensively or defensively, I can't control this guy.
Man, when you get smoked like that, you just got to move on.
And that's the way we saw it. Right? We saw the smoke. There are people out there, boxing people who cover the sport closely. People. I mean, professional boxing people out there who cover the sport. You know, Dan Raphael, for example, who's covered boxing for 40 years or whatever. Yep. He's like, I had it 5-5 through 10 as well.
How, though?
I have no idea.
I would love to hear his take.
So if you give Canelo the first round because you say it was fairly even, you got to give it to somebody, right? So you give him the first round. I think you can give him the 5th round for sure. Okay. Right? I thought the 5th round was maybe his best round.
All right.
Now, somewhere between 6 and 9, you can find a round, right?
Okay.
So you find a round and then you give him the 10th.
Okay.
So now all of a sudden, you're at 116, 112, and you are very close to being the 115, 113.
But this is the problem.
Yeah.
It wasn't that close.
Oh, no, I agree with you. I thought it should have been 9 rounds to 3, right? I thought it should have been 117, 111.
Yes.
But I'm telling you that there are people. Well, first of all, they're going to point to the judges. Right. And they're going to go, the people who were there, who are being paid to judge the fight, said that it was close. Okay. I'm just making the argument on why we might have a
second fight. All right.
Why we may have a rematch. Well, and because I believe there'll be a buttload of cash available to these young men.
But now, ain't it tight that this is how I feel.
Yeah.
First of all, I feel like, but unless give him 100 M's and then he can double back at that. Other than that, he low-key should just campaign at 168 just because, like, I think he's talented enough to do any level he wants.
Yeah. So you think he should keep fighting though? That's the debate. Should he just walk away after this into the sunset, or should he keep fighting?
I think he should keep fighting because he hasn't had that. On the business side of things, I feel like he hasn't had that just do payday. Like he need that 75 to 100.
This was allegedly 75 to 100. If you look at the total, because
you talking about like pay-per-view,
nope, not pay-per-view, but just everything he's gonna get from this fight.
Gotcha.
Compared to what he's gotten in the past,
right?
This is 3 times his other ones.
Cool. But
and so I think he got a good payday.
Right. Now that's cool. But if Canelo can get 100 M's and he the one that's greatest.
And Canelo got more than Canelo got like allegedly more than 200 million for this fight.
Right.
Allegedly.
Well, he got a fight deal though. I think so his is probably accumulative, probably. But I think and probably bonuses from each fight. Probably. But I'm just saying, like, let's say Bud did get to 75. That's cool.
Yeah.
But like he need to go in. Like you talking about one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Yeah.
This man should have 100 M like payday and the signing bonus before he get up out the sport.
Do you think that we will eventually see a fight if he keeps fighting?
Yep.
Do you think we'll see a fight where he fights in Memorial Stadium?
Yeah, you know why? Just because I feel like it's been talked about, it's been surfacing for a while.
Yeah.
And
the AD has talked about wanting to do it.
And with the stage that he's at now, he deserves it. That last fight is going to be at Memorial.
This is my thing about...
That last fight would be at Memorial.
I hope so. This day, so in this day of boxing, what you can do now is, because you're undefeated, you're beating everybody you fought.
Yep.
At this point of your career, you can take some fights that aren't necessarily against the greatest competition, but they're big name people.
Right.
So like, I'm not saying fight the Pauls, right? But if you look around there, you've had a lot of fighters towards the end of their career, and he is going to be 38 like next week.
Right.
There are a lot of guys that then turned around and fought some, like, Tyson's fighting Mayweather. Yeah. Mayweather towards the end fought some fights. Like he fought against Jake Paul, one of the Pauls. Logan Paul. So there are fights out there that he can get that aren't necessarily the most competitive,
so the name
but could make a lot of money.
Yeah, for sure.
Could make a lot of money.
But that's probably the one that you do at a Memorial, Yeah,
I think so.
You know,
you got to have a good enough name to get people average boxing fans.
I look at it like this.
You want to get 80,000.
At this point.
Yeah.
First of all, he will get 80,000 now after this. Second of all, you can't leave the sport without doing that. Period.
Yeah, it'd be really cool.
You can't. 100%.
One more question about the fight.
Yeah.
Or just about Bud.
Yep.
Should he's already gotten to 168.
Yep.
Should he go up and fight Bivol?
Bivol?
Yeah, fight him.
He got
175.
He got all the belts?
I think so.
If he got all the belts, let's do it.
I think he has all the belts.
If he has all the belts, why
go up there and unify 175?
If he has all the belts, why not?
Yeah. He was too big for Canelo.
Well,
he was too big for Canelo.
Yeah, but and Bud is a better boxer and more skillful than
he's most
those are two different things, right?
Yeah, he is.
So to me, I honestly feel like Bud can do whatever he want to do.
Yeah.
He got to keep fighting.
Yeah.
Well, he don't. But I'm saying like he should keep fighting. To me,
right.
I think it is storybook ending for the fans. But hell no, keep fighting. Campaign that rematch at 100 M's. If you don't want to do that, I think you should entertain something that makes sense to get 100.
Well, he's in a situation now where he's got so many choices. Right? He could stay where he is at 168 and fight there. He can go all the way back down if he wants to like 154.
But who at 154?
I'm saying there's who was the guy they were just mentioning?
Fundor?
No.
That's an easy no.
But they had somebody listed at 154. They had somebody listed at like the 160 area. They had one person at 168 and they talked about Bivol at 175. So the good thing about it is he's got lots of choices.
Right.
He can do what he wants to do.
Exactly. But I want to say this on this podcast right now.
Yeah.
Even before this fight, but this solidify it, Bud Crawford is one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Oh, yeah.
And he's the greatest fighter of this generation.
So we're talking about the last 25 years. So this century.
Yep.
So 2000 to 2025. The two contenders really the two of them are Floyd Mayweather and Bud Crawford. Those are your contenders. You're putting currently Bud ahead of Floyd Mayweather.
I'm putting Bud ahead of Floyd because of a couple of things.
Okay.
One, I think he's Floyd is probably the greatest defensive fighter I've ever seen.
In the modern era, no doubt.
100%.
Modern era,
But Bud, I think he's more skilled. I think he's a better boxer. I think he's bigger.
Yeah.
He don't got to be faster, but he's tactical and he got something in him. I think Floyd got that in him too.
Yeah.
And he ain't Bud. I mean,
Floyd, when Floyd was young, see, a lot of times I want to talk about Floyd because there's two Floyds, maybe three Floyds. There's Pretty Boy Floyd, who was a technician and was a really good fighter.
Right.
Then there's Money Mayweather at the beginning of Money Mayweather when it didn't matter who he fought.
Right.
Guys that were bigger than him, Chico was bigger than him.
Cool.
Other guys were bigger than him that he knocked down, that he put on their ass, that he beat,
sure.
right? And then you have the last part of Mayweather where he was like, I'm making this money. I'll fight 12 rounds. I'll win this unanimously. I'm not going to get myself hurt.
Right.
So there's 3 ones. That one in the middle, that would have been a hell of a fight. That would have been a hell of a fight.
All right, so let me say this or ask you this.
Okay.
Out of any one of the Floyd versions you described, how many of them ever made every opponent he ever beat look the way Bud make his appointments? Look like nobody.
I would say for Mayweather, for a long time, he made everybody look. The talk about Bud not fighting anybody.
What era was
that also happens with Mayweather?
What era was Zab's Judah? Which Floyd was that?
He fought when he was still at the end of Pretty Boy Floyd.
The end of it.
Yeah, and he knocked him out.
Okay.
Stopped him in the 8th, I believe, or the 7th. He stopped him.
Right.
So I mean, and I do remember in the third round, third round, Zab catching him. I do remember that, but I don't remember anybody knocking him down.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody he fought. At the end of the day, the funny part about the two guys that getting compared is that a lot of people would go, well, Mayweather ain't fighting nobody.
Yeah.
He ain't fighting nobody. He ain't fighting nobody in their prime. He waited all the way to the end of this guy's career or this guy's career. Yeah. And I'd be like, well, he fought them when the fight was made.
Yeah.
And it's hard to make fights easier now.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying about Bud.
Yeah.
I think Bud is not his fault that he was on the other side of the street, so to speak. Top rank at a time. PBC was another side.
Yeah.
Then also on top of that, when he could make the fight, people weren't trying to take that risk against him.
Yeah.
So he's going to be whoever you put in front of him anyway. Yeah. But it's how he did it when he had that opportunity. And I'm not saying it wouldn't be a hell of a fight.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be honest. Floyd is one of my top 5. But man, it's like this. Floyd, I expect him not to lose because he's a great defensive fighter.
He was.
Bud, I expect not to lose because he can do both.
He's just a great fighter. He's a great fighter. He's a great technician.
So let me ask you this. You know how they got that once-in-a-lifetime special talent, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, Bud Crawford type guys?
Yeah. They call them unicorns.
Okay, so would you consider Floyd a unicorn?
Yes.
Would you consider Bud a unicorn?
Yes.
So when them two unicorns fight, you're just only saying that it would be a hell of a fight, but you're not saying who would be a definitive winner.
I'm saying that if they fought at their primes, their peaks, it would be a great fight.
I feel it.
That's all I'm saying. I do not know who would win it because I never saw Floyd lose.
Right.
And I obviously have never seen Bud lose.
Yeah.
And so it would be currently in these last, say, 20 years.
Yeah.
Usyk's been incredible.
Yeah.
Right? Beating everybody.
Yeah.
Didn't matter who it was.
I would say he either 1 or 2 in the world.
Okay. So we got Usyk. Then you have the Inoue kid, right? The Korean guy, right? Who is also just dominated everybody. 31 fights, 27 KOs.
That's top 3.
Right? So your 3 would be Terence, Usyk, and Inoue.
100%.
Those guys, right?
Top 3.
And then when you get out of this, continuing in this last 25 years, I think you have you got to talk about Mayweather. You got to talk about
you got to talk about Canelo. Just because Bud smoked him,
you got Canelo on the list.
He ain't that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You also have to talk about the guy from Philly. Oh my God, come on, brain. The guy
talking about Boots?
No, from
Bernard
Hopkins.
Yeah.
You got to throw Bernard Hopkins in there. I think that's about it.
Wait, Andre Ward.
And Andre Ward is
Ward,
a guy who never lost.
But and people ducked him
never lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they never would have fought because they're best friends. Bud and Andre are best friends, so they never would have fought.
So this is what I think. Yeah. I feel like I'm looking for. I think I got to do more research on this with Floyd because Floyd was beating people, giving them their belts back like Bud did Canelo. You know?
Yeah. But that's his belt. They got name on it and everything.
But what are signature wins for so Bud's signature wins to me are all the undisputeds at those different weight classes and things. Those
are something a Northern male fighter ever did.
Those are the classifications that put him in that conversation as one of the greatest of all time.
Yep.
With Floyd,
I mean, who did Floyd? So Floyd fought the Golden Boy, right?
Yep.
He beat him.
Yep.
He fought Canelo.
Yep.
And he beat him.
Shane Mosley.
I know there was a little bit difference with the Canelo one because he had a limited rehydration cause. He had that rehydration cause, which made it a little bit difficult for him size-wise. But he got dominated. Mayweather dominated him.
Yeah, I think we got to put some boxing recs side by side. I just kind of want to see Floyd's resume.
Yeah. And in terms of where Floyd could have moved to, I don't think there's any way that Floyd could be at one point 130 and at any point being 168.
That's what I'm saying.
I just don't think Floyd's body could do that.
And that's nothing. But you can't take that away from him, though.
You can't make that. You can't say that is the reason why he's not as good.
No.
Because just physically his body.
That's not fair.
And by the time he fought Pacquiao, obviously, Pacquiao wasn't who Pacquiao had been.
Or was Floyd that good?
Or Floyd was that. But Floyd still dominated him for the most part. I know Pacquiao claimed that his shoulder was hurt. And
hell no.
That's what he claimed.
We're not doing that.
He claimed all the other stuff.
That. Floyd smoked him. Floyd made him look like Bud made Canelo look. Period.
Yeah.
It was so boring because Floyd was so much better.
Yeah.
I'm going to just keep it real.
Yeah.
And I was mad because, Cox was tripping that day. When I was watching the fight. Yeah.
Oh, man.
But let me say this.
Yeah.
I think about Roy Jones.
Yep.
Dead or alive, I don't think there's ever been anybody like him, which means moved all the way up to light heavyweight?
Yeah, heavyweight.
Heavyweight.
And he won the heavyweight championship.
So he got to be one of the greatest.
He is one of the greatest.
Of all time.
End of his career.
See, I'm looking for Tarver knocked him out.
Yeah, and then he got knocked out again. So the end of his career was dropped off so dramatically. Yeah. It's almost hard. It's kind of like James Toney.
Right.
It's almost hard to remember all the greats times because he had that precipitous drop.
But that's what that's hard. My little brother, he don't understand Mike Tyson because of that.
Because all he saw was Mike Tyson getting killed.
Yeah, exactly.
I always, and this is nothing against Mike Tyson. You can ask anybody who knew me when I was younger. I always had an issue with Tyson because I thought that Tyson would struggle against size and speed. And obviously we saw that with Holyfield.
Right.
He couldn't do anything with Holyfield.
Yep.
Now that was after he got out of prison.
Yep.
But even if you go back before he went to prison, there were guys that he struggled with that.
Well,
right?
What Lennox Lewis was after prison too, though, right?
Lennox beat him, after the prison. That's after Holyfield.
For sure.
That was I know that date. That's I believe
1996.
May 10th, 2002.
No, 2002. I said 96.
That's the last day.
My bad.
That was my last drink.
Hey,
that's how I know. That was my last.
I was spending the night over one of my teammates' house watching that downstairs.
Yeah.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So
the Linux was after it, yes.
So I'm not here to give you like my greatest of all time, top 5. I mean, I wasn't prepared to do that. All I'm trying to say is like, no matter what Bud does, I think he's so talented that he'll always get like diluted on his achievement.
I think it's him and Sugar Ray Robinson.
Dang.
If we're doing history, him and Sugar Ray Robinson, if you look at what they did in terms of belts won, how they moved up as a defensive fighter and as an offensive fighter. Now, what Floyd Robinson had, what Sugar Ray Robinson had was he had these triple fights that were just wars, with other legendary fighters, right? Bud hasn't had any of those.
No.
He hasn't had what Sugar Ray had.
I respect that 100%.
And there's nothing because all he's been caring about is belt.
I haven't heard nobody say that he was like considered like a greater GOAT than Sugar Ray. Mm-hmm. So I feel you on that.
Right.
One thing I will say, even though I think Floyd is a better fighter than Pacquiao, there's an argument that Pacquiao's a greater GOAT because he's an 8th division world champion.
Yeah, I mean, again, that was a size thing. He started lower than Bud. Bud didn't have to start as low.
True.
He wasn't obviously a featherweight fighter.
But ain't he like the only one, though?
I don't think anybody's... Well, here's the difference is, when I was coming up, there weren't this many
divisions.
Classes.
Oh, this is a 4-belt era.
It's a 4-belt era, and there's more divisions.
For sure.
Because they're like, for example, when Sugar Ray Robinson was dominating in the 40s and 50s, going into the 60s, when he was doing that, there were only... I don't know, 6 weight classes? They got a lot of weight classes.
Do they got a Sugar Ray Robinson movie?
I don't know.
They gotta have
I had the greatest conversation talking to drop the name. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We're interviewing Kareem. Kareem is in studio.
That's tight.
And we're interviewing him.
What year was this?
Oh, this would have been like 2006 or 7.
That's tight.
And so we're interviewing him.
Yeah, for sure.
And I read his book.
Yeah.
And he's got this great area in his book where he's talking about how the greats have trouble stepping away.
Wow.
And he's talking about how Sugar Ray Robinson didn't want to stop fighting, even though he was done.
Dang.
He needed the money.
Right.
And there's a great story about
That's why Rory probably fought. Go ahead.
Sugar Ray he's fighting in these fights. Yep. He shouldn't be fighting in the fights. He loses this fight. I believe it's in New York. Maybe it's in the Garden. He goes back to his locker room. Into his locker room walks Miles Davis. And Miles said, "That's it. You're done. I got you covered for any money you need. Don't worry about it.
You're
not fighting anymore. That's it. You're done."
But what was the scenario though of that fight?
Beaten. Damn. He was done. He shouldn't be fighting still.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see they champ.
Sugar Ray had like 140 fights.
That's a lot.
I mean, just ridiculous.
That's a lot.
3-4 times a year.
Dang.
So because of that, he told me.
What did he campaign at?
He was a middleweight, right?
Right.
I'm pretty sure he was.
I thought he was a middleweight.
Middleweight or welterweight.
I just wanted to fact check myself.
I get stuff confused now because of the way things have changed and been added.
Yeah.
But if you go back and you can still watch Sugar Ray Robinson's fights on YouTube, they're there. Right. A lot of them have been cleaned up so they're easier to see.
Yeah.
But he was truly just an incredible defensive fighter.
Right.
Like he fought from 1940 to 1965.
Wow.
He fought 25 years.
He worked at UP.
He fought 201. He was 174.
Right.
And 19. He had 109.
Was these 15 rounds?
A lot of 15-round fights.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. He was. Wow. He started off as a featherweight when he was in Golden Gloves. Then he went to lightweight when he was in Golden Gloves.
Right.
And then when he got out of Golden Gloves and he was the middleweight now 147, those 3 fights against Jake LaMotta.
Yeah.
Just incredible fights.
So Floyd and Roy, I think they might still be beefing.
Are they really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I think Roy didn't like the fact that Floyd put himself above Ali or something like that. Some type of beef. But are you like Roy Jones where you say Ali is the GOAT?
You can't judge Ali because Ali lost 4 years of his prime. And when he came back, he fought 1 fight. It was a good fight.
Yeah.
And then he got beat by Frazier.
Right.
Another great fighter during his prime. There are a lot of people that argue that even though he went 2-1 against Norton, that he lost at least 2 of those fights.
Right.
And because he was Ali, he won them. I'm a huge Ali fan. I am old enough.
Yeah.
I saw Ali fight in the Superdome against Leon Spinks in number 2.
Really?
When he won back the title.
Wow.
For the 3rd time.
Yeah.
First man to ever win back the title 3 times.
Wow.
Love him. But it's hard to define him when you lose, especially back then, when you lose the middle best years of your career.
No doubt.
And he did.
Yeah.
And so it's harder to judge him. If you tell me that nothing ever happened with Vietnam and he fought straight through, he probably would have been.
Facts.
Because the other thing that Ali had that a lot of other fighters don't have, like Holmes, is he had other incredibly named boxers to fight.
No doubt.
Whereas Holmes basically just cleaned out the heavyweight division. There was nobody trying to fight.
Yeah.
He had to fight an old Ali.
Right.
You know, he had to fight old Jimmy Young and stuff. I mean,
so people kind of put the GOAT classification behind not just how skillful he was in the ring, but the trials and the tribulations that he went through.
I think so. As a human, and what he did long after he was a boxer, like as a humanitarian.
For sure.
And to stand up and say, you know,
they got the Ali
ever called me the N-word. I mean, that was true.
Yeah.
And what he was fighting for, much of young America believed in.
For sure.
Problem was, older America, who had served in World War II, or maybe Korea, were like, screw this guy.
How long was he locked up?
He was never locked up. He essentially had his boxing license taken away for more than 3 years. So it basically was a 4-year gap that he had in his career, which makes it harder to define what it would have been. But he was incredible.
Yeah.
Let's get to the rest of the headlines. Obviously, Nebraska plays Michigan. That's the big story here locally. Nebraska plays Michigan. 2:30, number 23, Michigan versus Nebraska in Memorial Stadium.
So you saying it's the first L of the season?
I'm saying that I will give you all the numbers.
Okay.
And then
let me decide.
Interview with Larry Martin, I will then come back and give you the keys.
Yeah.
And you can choose what you want. Okay, first of all, Michigan's 2-1.
Yep.
Lost to Oklahoma. Got beat up a little bit on the offensive and defensive line.
Well, Oklahoma's pretty legit, though.
They are legit. Yeah. Trust me. I think they're very good. They just beat Central Michigan 63-3 now.
Okay.
This was the first time that Bryce Underwood, their freshman quarterback, actually used his legs.
Right.
He went 9 carries for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns against Central Michigan.
Yep.
He also threw for 235 and had another touchdown.
Okay.
Now, I'll tell you how good Dylan Raiola's been, because a lot of people out there are like, well, you know, whatever, he's done. These are his passes over 10 yards, so 10 or more yards. He's got the 3rd best passer grade in all of college football.
Dang.
For 10-plus yard throws. He's got an adjusted completion rate of 81.5%. So his completion rate, when it's adjusted for drops, is 81%.
Okay.
His NFL passer rating, if you put him on an NFL passer rating,
was thinking
a perfect rating is 158.3.
Mm-hmm.
In 10 or longer yard throws, he is 155.5. And he's completing on those throws 17.4 yards an attempt. He has been, by all accounts, elite.
Yes.
Okay? Nebraska's pass defense is number 1 in the country.
Dang.
Number 1 in the country. Matter of fact, they are allowing less than 70 yards passing a game so far.
Right.
Now, on the other side.
But they ain't played nobody.
Well, they beat Cincinnati. Cincinnati's won some games.
Yeah.
You can say that. All you can do, like we were talking with boxing, is beat the people in front of you.
Okay.
All right. So Michigan's...
I'm not hating, by the way.
So Michigan, their rush grade, which Nebraska has struggled on, is 22nd in the country.
Okay.
So they're going to come in and try to run the ball.
That's solid.
With Justice Haynes and with their quarterback. Okay. Nebraska struggled with run defense against Cincinnati in the one game you could say they played a Power 4 team. Allowed 2.9 yards before contact.
Yes.
So that means the guy came through the line and got almost 3 yards.
And then got tackled.
And then got touched. So now offensively, though, Nebraska, 16th in the country in net drive success rate. That means when you get the ball, if you cross the opponent's 40-yard line, now you're in scoring position, that's a successful drive. Nebraska is 16th in the country in that. Michigan is 24th.
Yep.
Michigan's wide receivers haven't caught a ton of balls, but I think they're pretty talented. Yeah. They got a 6'5" kid, McCauley, used to be at Indiana. They got a couple smaller guys who get to the ball well, who can run after the catch. But the key to this game, and we'll have keys later, is how can Michigan run the ball against Nebraska, and can Nebraska limit the run and force them to throw the ball.
For sure.
That's your key.
I'm going to take that
to
in,
the game.
and then I'm going to tell you what I think.
Yeah. Defensively, by the way,
pause.
Michigan, 2.8 yards a rush attempt, doing very good, under 3 yards a rush. They've got 23 sacks in just 3 games.
Yep.
They've only allowed 12. And the best player, really, on their defense, well, for right now, Ernest Hausman.
Okay.
Former Nebraska player from Columbus, Nebraska, who was adopted from Africa, ended up leaving Nebraska after a year and going to Michigan. He's their leading tackler right now.
He got something to prove.
He's a bad boy. Rod Moore, who is really the best defensive player for them, is supposed to come back this week. So we'll see how that goes.
All right.
Big games this week in the Big Ten. Illinois and Indiana.
That's going to be tight.
The winner of this game has the best chance to be the fourth team in the college football playoff from the Big Ten.
For sure.
Okay?
Yep.
Then you have number 22 Auburn traveling to the team you were talking about a second ago, Oklahoma.
Yep.
We'll see how good Oklahoma is.
Yep.
And then a big one in the Big 12. Texas Tech, who spent all this money building this roster, has to go into what I believe is the toughest road
for sure
in all of college football, and that's Utah, believe it or not. That place is rocking. Yeah. More people commit offsides or illegal motion, whatever else, because of that noise.
Right.
So you got that game. You also have Florida and Miami. That might be the end of Florida's year.
You remember?
That'd be 3 losses in a row.
Remember Olawatimi said...
Michigan kid.
Yeah, he said it was so loud.
It's so loud there. You can't. I went for a game where they played against BYU. And let me tell you, it was, and they are mean.
Dang.
They are mean.
They racist or mean?
Well, they don't like the Mormons. They don't like the Mormons.
I'm just playing.
They don't like the Mormons at all. They don't like BYU at all. All right, let's do keys to the game.
All right.
Your first key. Now is the music keys. Right? First key is we're going to let the sun shine in.
Okay.
Let the sun shine. The fifth dimension, baby.
Old school.
Marilyn McCoo. Why do I bring that up?
Why?
You got to make Michigan one-dimensional.
I got you.
You got to make them throw the ball.
So what would you? Okay, I'm about to say throw the ball is what you would want.
You got to stop the run.
Yeah.
In Justice Haynes in the backup.
Yeah.
And limit Bryce Underwood from getting out on designated run plays or scramble run plays. And you have to make them one-dimensional.
Okay.
Oklahoma did it.
Yeah.
Outside of one long run by Justice Haynes, they limited them.
Right.
He had a 75-yard run. That was pretty much their offense.
Okay.
And they forced Underwood into making the throws, tight throws, and he didn't do it well.
Yeah.
So you got to do that. You got to make them one-dimensional and stay in your lanes when you're rushing so you don't pass him up and he takes off and runs and gets a first down.
Yep.
So one-dimensional, make them that. Marilyn McCoo in the fifth dimension.
Okay.
Let the sun shine in.
What's another key?
All right, key number 2.
Another one. Who's that?
That's
DJ Khaled.
It's Cal. I always say his name wrong.
You about to say Khalid?
Is it DJ Khaled?
It's Khaled.
Is it Khalid? Is it Khalid?
So Lil Wayne addressed that a long time ago.
Oh, did he? All right.
A long time ago. We can say a long. 06 is a long time ago.
That's a long time ago, bro.
Yeah, it was a song when
was one.
He said some say Khaled, some say
Khalid.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, all right.
Oh, it's Khaled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2.
Anyway.
Number 2 is about special.
Okay.
Lizzo and SZA together singing the song Special.
For sure.
Nebraska's special teams have to continue to be special.
Yeah.
And so far they have
been special.
So currently, Nebraska's 3rd in the country in special team possession efficiency, which means
that's crazy.
You adjust the scoring based off how good you've been on special teams.
Exactly.
So Nebraska's been good at that. Because of their special teams and other things, they have a net field position 6th best in the country.
Yep.
They're plus 12.2 yards in net field position, 3 for 3 in field goals, and outside of 3 kickoffs that went out of bounds, other than that, they've been almost perfect. They haven't punted the last 2 weeks because they haven't had to.
Yeah.
So Nebraska's special teams have to continue to be special.
Right.
Much like Lizzo sang. All right?
Yep.
And then number 3, are you familiar with the original Biggie Smalls?
Yeah, the white boy?
No.
Oh, okay.
The original Biggie Smalls is from the movie Let's Do It Again.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay, there was a great movie.
After you tell your story, I'm going to tell my Biggie story.
In the 70s, okay, had Bill Cosby in there, Sidney Poitier, Richard Pryor, all these great people in it, including a guy named Calvin Lockhart.
That's a legendary movie.
Played a gangster and a boxer who went by the gangster name of Biggie Smalls.
Gotcha.
That's who.
I know about that.
That's who Biggie is named after.
I know about that.
He's named after him.
But check this out.
Okay.
So The story that I heard was there was a white boy in Cali named Biggie Smalls, but he was in the streets.
Okay.
And he was Tupac, homie. And so actual when Biggie Smalls or the notorious B.I.G. Before he came out as that, he was Biggie Smalls, and they was going in, and this is when you had to go get the actual physical
copyright name
tape.
Yeah, right. Okay.
You know, so you go get the tape.
Right.
So they'd come here and ask for Biggie Smalls.
Yeah.
And then they'd go get this West Coast rapper.
Oh.
He ended up got shot and killed, but in the midst of that, what I heard was Biggie had to change his name to the notorious B.I.G.
Okay. Well, when he was a little kid, his grandmother.
I've seen it on YouTube.
His grandmother described him because he was kind of chunky because she liked the movie.
Biggie Smalls.
Like the movie. Yeah. Let's Do It Again. It's worth a watch.
He is Biggie Smalls.
It's very, very good. So speaking of that, the key to this game is big and small.
Gotcha.
Nebraska so far this year has been very good with big plays.
Yeah.
10-plus plays. Matter of fact, they are 5th in the Big Ten with 51 of them, and they're 4th in plays of 20 or more yards.
Right.
They have to have big plays. On the other hand, the defense has to make Michigan what?
They have to make
small plays.
Yeah, right.
Big
especially
small.
Especially the run game.
Create big plays. Exactly. So Michigan currently is 4th in the Big Ten with 21 long rushing plays.
Oh, I know.
Nebraska needs to limit them.
Yes.
Create big plays.
Yeah.
Limit big plays. Biggie, Smalls.
Yeah.
Those are my keys for the game. Would you like to pick the game, sir? What do you have for a score?
Well, first of all, I want to shout out to my boy, my brother-in-law, Darrell. Darrell going to the game.
Oh, good for you.
Birthday present for my nephew, Josiah.
Nice.
They going down there, check it out. What's crazy is
I heard your nephew. Your nephew is just hooping. Was he your cousin or nephew?
My brother's son. He hooping.
I heard he hooping.
Yeah, he is.
I had some conversations.
Yeah. I'll say this. I think that man, it's the first real challenge, bro. But I know. I think momentum is momentum. Okay. I think Nebraska got this game.
What if I told you that Bud Crawford leads them out of the tunnel?
Oh, they don't.
Would that change how they play, in your opinion?
100%. It's almost like Eminem walking Bud out. Yeah. It's almost like Bud with the Desperado guitar.
When Bud walked out in front of the Colorado game.
Ooh.
And they whipped Colorado's tail in, at least in the first half.
Hey, I think he might. Hey, that might be a spoiler alert.
There's a good chance he might be there.
Exactly.
And he might be marching them out. So give me a score.
I got
I know you got Michigan ties.
I know. I'm trying to tread lightly.
All right, you tread.
All right, I'm gonna say Nebraska gonna go. I'm gonna say they're gonna go 28-14.
Whoa! Nebraska wins 28-14?
Yes.
Ooh, boy. So I have
28-14.
30-27. I think it's going to be higher score than people think because I have seen Nebraska do much better in terms of finishing drives than they have in years past.
I just believe in the defense and special teams.
I believe that Michigan will have an ability to run the ball some, and I think that Bryce Underwood will be able to run from the quarterback position.
Yeah.
Also, I look at the special teams.
Yeah.
I think there'll be some big plays on special teams that end up either being scores or putting a team so close to score it'd be easier to score.
Right.
So I think because I think it's high scoring, I got a 30-27 shootout. Nebraska gets away with the win.
I just think Nebraska's better than I'm gonna give them more credit.
Yeah. You think Nebraska's as good as Oklahoma?
I think
because that's an Oklahoma score.
Yeah, I know, but I think Nebraska is better than what I actually think defensively.
Okay.
And so I think they're going to ball out because you got an NFL elite quarterback.
Yes.
And special teams is doing their thing.
Yep.
You can only beat who's in front of you, like you said.
Right.
This is the third year for Matt Rule.
Yep.
I think Nebraska is 28-14.
28-14, Josh. I got 30-27. Nebraska. Both of us have Nebraska winning it. Thank you to Caleb, who is running the show, to Mike Allen, who's running everything else.
Appreciate you, Mike.
Reminder again, Bud Light, presented by, they make things
easy.
They make it easy no matter what you're doing. If you're hanging out here in Let It Fly Sports Bar, if you're hanging out in someone's driveway, it doesn't matter. No matter what you're watching, make it easy to drink and easy to enjoy. And remember to subscribe and like if you're watching us on YouTube.
And share it. Tell people.
If you're watching us on Spotify, if you're watching us on Apple, or listening on Spotify and Apple, wherever you are, make sure you like and subscribe. We would appreciate that. Josh, take us away.
Hey, Josh Jones here with Michael Severe. You know how we do it. It's a Let It Fly show.